Congratulations, you made the front page, right next to a story about Miley Cyrus's tongue.
Entertainers of faith. Funny man Jim Gaffigan isn't ashamed of his Catholicism. He's seen here leaving the New York Comedy Club with his Bible in hand.
What are they talking about?
I know, they lost me at Funny Man.
And that was a clip from the Jim Gaffigan Show, premiering July 15th on TV Land. And here to tell us more about the new comedy loosely based on their real lives are Jim and his wife, Jeannie Gaffigan, who together co-wrote and produced the show. Welcome, Gaffigans. Lovely to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
So this is based roughly on your lives, including your 5 children, which... correct me if I'm wrong, you lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with these 5 children. How did that happen?
A lot of drugs.
We had the baby in the crib in our room, like many people do, and then we had a room with 2 sets of bunk beds in it.
Yeah.
And it was all fun and games.
Well, my hats are off. Was there a moment when you looked at your lives and you said, we need to write a show about this?
Well, we've been writing together about our experiences, parents and just a couple, for a long time, and
yeah, for over 10 years.
Yeah, so this is the culmination. We've been working on this idea forever. So even when we had 4 kids.
Right.
Because it was like we were still trying to get out of that 2-bedroom. We had 4 kids.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was pregnant with number 4, we were like, okay, we jumped the shark in this apartment. Let's start looking. And you know, like, there's a pilot episode about looking for an apartment in Manhattan.
Which is impossible,
right.
And everyone knows. So, Jim, you sort of came to fame as a stand-up comedian, and that, you know, led to movie roles. This is your first time doing a scripted comedy, right?
Well, I've been on other shows, but and I had a television show that was supposedly created around my persona, but this is the first show where Jeannie and I really have the authority as a writing team to do what we want.
How does it compare for you comparing to stand-up?
It's, you know, it's great. I mean, I love stand-up. Stand-up, there's an immediacy and there's creative fulfillment. And this show has an enormous amount of creative fulfillment. It's way too hard.
It's really hard.
But
the stand-up, I mean, just is Jim and I writing, producing, putting it out there with just us. And then, you know, some people who are doing, you know, we're saying, okay, this is how we want the set, and this is more of a collaborative process, but it's the closest that we've ever been to saying, this is what we want to say, and let's show it to everyone.
Which is fun.
And having a big team that supports that point of view.
How hard was it, Jeannie, to find the actress that was going to play you in the show?
Oh, it was so hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard. And Ashley Williams is great. She's really amazing and really fun to work with, and she's just a really good person.
You didn't want to give it a try? You didn't want to give it a go?
That was not even on.
That was not even on the table?
Not even on the table.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, it's so hard to do this, and I mean, with Jim being in every scene, almost every scene, 99% of the scenes, and executive producing, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be
also be in every scene.
Then you'd need the other person to make sure that the point of view is getting across.
Right.
Because, you know, we work with great directors, but they're directors of like 2 episodes, 3 episodes. Like, it's not a consistent thing. So it's like more like they're coming into our world, and the writing is what they're communicating.
Right. And you guys have a fun lineup of celebrity guests. Macaulay Culkin is practically a series regular. How did that all come about?
Well, you know, it's interesting. This show was very much inspired by what Jeannie and I wanted to do, and
our life.
And so, if there is a celebrity cameo, it's not done as a stunt. It's done to service a joke or a reality that we've encountered. I mean,
we did run into Macaulay Culkin randomly in New York, and
with all your strollers.
You know, it was actually at night, but it's just something that happened to us. And he lives in our neighborhood, and it was just
He's friends with a friend of ours that owns a comedy club, so
it's just a very random life that we have.
I love you guys. 5 kids and your own comedy show. Amazing. You're my heroes. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks. I can't wait to see the show.